Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for coming for our course, which is Observation and Opportunity Discovery, which is part of the requirements of the MSc and PhD in Inspiration Economy. In this class today, we're going to talk about the importance of multidisciplinary observations. And this is, again, a practice that is unique in Inspiration Economy. Inspiration Economy, ladies and gentlemen, is about finding and exploring the what we call the inspiration currency, which means that you want to create a currency that comes from different type of observations. So you'll have a different type of regeneration of activities or regeneration of possibilities. And you want to have also agility in exploring opportunities. And you want to have a focus so that you can see things from, let's say, with clarity. And this can't happen without having a multidisciplinary approach. Because when you have multidisciplinary, you'll have every discipline will see the things, or every discipline mindset will see the things from different perspective. So inspiration currency can be developed from multidisciplinary observation through the use of deliberate methodology to see the world differently. So it is a disciplined practice of looking at and observing the same quantities, the same problem, the same resources that everyone else sees, but with lens focus on potential, not just deficits. The direct link in this is that observation is a process of mining raw, overlooked reality. So it is about, again, you are trying to find the overlooked reality within the process. So it is about, again, refining the raw material into a sustainable development and community advancement process. Without observation, actually, inspiration economy has no fuel. It doesn't have, again, the proper mindset. So observation will help us, especially if it is multidisciplinary observation, it help us to see the collection of data in a different way, and it create for us the transformative power required. This multidisciplinary approach can be reflected, for example, from let's say when we see or observe two problems at a time. When we have, for example, a community that have non-communicable diseases, and it will have, for example, water loss. The linking between the first perspective and the second perspective will be how concept A and concept B are related. So you can see that the observer will start to see early discovery of a problem through selective observation, since he's trying to link two problems or two sub-problems in the same community. And he will try to do what we call pull thinking, which means he will or she will try to do a codification, which means starting to see the red and the green and the traffic light, what can be, what cannot be, what have not, and then start to classify into more detail, and then start to classify. So this will create for us what we call the clarity of a better defined what and a focused why. So for that we say that inspiration economy or inspiration currency can come from the resilience capacity formula, which means that again it's a formula that will raise the ability to absorb shocks and find new paths. So it is based on a formula that resilience capacity, which is the ability to discover and adapt, can be seen in the number of potential solutions observed and available. This is widened through multidisciplinary observation. Okay, so the more we have potential solutions from different perspectives, the more, for example, also we can raise the agility in opportunity exploitation, which means the speed at which a community can pivot and implement a new solution would be better. Then We can see also the things in the time and the duration of shock, the length and the severity of again the shock maybe can be absorbed by having more resilience capacity, so that we don't fall into crisis. Thus, the interpretation will be community resilience is not just enduring a shock, but about having a wide portfolio of observed opportunities and the agility to activate them quickly when needed. So observation built for us a portfolio before the crisis hits. And this is why we say it is very important that we have what we call it multidisciplinary observation, because it will raise our, again, resilience capacity, it will raise our solution base and space, and so it will give us widened perspective, it will raise our agility in opportunity exploitation. So the role of actually the observation here is to question, to summarize, to clarify, and to predict. It is about, again, how we see and access new knowledge through the process of observation. It can help us in more positive effect of emotion, spirit, heart, mind, and it will help us to observe the big picture within us. Okay, and this is why we say it is like selecting the learning strategies that we'd like to have and the perspective integration that we like to build up. So through this, we can build what we call, again, dependence, what we call dependence on what we are feeling like. And we realize actually the way we should approach or experience learning and unlearning. So once we activate participation through observation, we can actually start to do better field visits. We can do better gamification, better networking, better surveys, and better reflection. So observation will play a very important role in all of these. Even setting up a gamification to enhance a delivery of something, it can be differentiated. So for that, we believe that the function of the brain lobes will play a very important role in multidisciplinary observation. The frontal lobe can be given more chance to bring attention, concentration. Same thing as the prefrontal lobe, which is the executive function, which can do the planning and the thinking and manage the expectation. And then same thing for the temporal lobe, which is understanding the language, the hearing, the speech, the memory, also can play an important role. All of these actually can collaborate together to, again, raise our attention and concentration in a proper way. The core idea here is to use the analytical functions of the brain, specifically the prefrontal cortex, to move from simple observation to strategic insight and interaction. So the prefrontal cortex can help us to have observations to raise the cognitive abilities to systematically find opportunities. I think I will stop here and continue with you in the next session. Thank you very much.